second by Lyndon. All in favor?
Aye.
Actually, determining closed session, we did do the superintendent's evaluation. She got a very favorable evaluation report. As far as the others, which is all information. Procedural issues, if writing to this meeting is being made, it shall be kept for 30 days prior to public record. Stand for the pledge of allegiance. Following Kelly Garden to lead us today. Ready to begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
President, roll call. I'm here, Mario's here, Adrian's here, Sunny's here, Elaine's here, and Alexi's here. Okay, before we approve the agenda, D and E will be switched on the reports and communication. So everybody to know that. So do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
Second by Peters. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, first one. KSCOS Teacher of the Year banner for Veronica Cox.
Yes, I'm so excited to do this. If we haven't met before, I'm Malika Bryant. I'm Director of Educator Development for the Superintendent's Schools Office. And I am so lucky because one of the things I get to do is not drop this. Thank you so much. Is I get to coordinate our Kern County Teachers of the Year event. It's really fun. And so one of the things that we do is we honor teachers from the districts across Kern County. There are 46 districts across Kern County. And then from those districts, those teachers can choose to compete if they want to and submit an application to be honored as Kern County Teachers of the Year. And so Veronica Carr was selected as a 2023 Kern County. I know. And so I would like to share with you some of the words that we used to describe Veronica when we had our event, where she had no idea that we were going to call her up to the stage. So it was a surprise to her. That's my favorite part. And we told the whole group, there were about 500 people at this event on May 2nd. And we told the whole county how awesome Veronica is. So I'd like to take a moment to share some of what we talked about at that event so you can hear what everyone there heard. And then I have a banner that the two of you can decide where you'd like it to be so everyone can know that your district has the amazing Veronica Carr here. So the other thing I would like you to know is there are over 9,000 teachers in Kern County. So to be a Kern County Teacher of the Year is pretty extraordinary. Okay, so here are some of the things we said about Veronica, and this came from her application and from, we have a selection committee of I think I have about 20 people on my selection committee, and they're from a variety of walks of life. Some are educators, some are in the business community, and we go through the applications and we learn a lot about the individuals behind those applications. So here we go. Veronica has worked to create a learning environment that reflects her core values, which center around reading, writing, critical thinking, building relationships, and creating lifelong learners. She is reflective and innovative. She makes adjustments to support students' learning needs based upon the foundational concept that student choice is paramount for the 21st century diverse learner and critical thinking in global conversations. In a letter about the impact that Veronica has had upon his own teaching practice, a colleague who she mentored stated, "I admire Veronica Carr for her ability to reflect upon her teaching each day and stay open to change as a teacher, and yet, even after 25 plus years, Veronica continues to challenge her own teaching to fit the 21st century learner." You can see examples of this type of leadership as Veronica is working on grading and assessment guidelines that will move away from points-based system and into a more equitable standards-based grading system. She's an advocate for 21st century diverse literature and student choice in reading matter. She's considering the role of artificial intelligence in writing and how to leverage artificial intelligence into critical thinking and learning for students, while also managing those implications for student integrity. Veronica Carr does not draw much attention to her creative, student-centered efforts. She's kind of quiet about it. But she is a passionate educator, quietly making a difference in the lives of her school and her community. In closing, I would like to share some quotes from selection committee members who had the following to say after reviewing Veronica's application materials and her classroom practices after a classroom visit. Quote number 1, "It is clear that she is a passionate educator who leads by example. A great teacher leader with very progressive pedagogy. I would watch her video again if I was ever down about my own teaching practice and needed a morale uplift. Her interactions are organic and warm, and her lessons are innovative and relevant. Her dedication to her content and students is obvious. She is an example of a teacher who is leading in her district from the middle." So I'm really pleased to share this banner announcing that Southern Kern Unified School District's own Veronica Carr has been named a 2023 Kern County Teacher of the Year. I'm pretty sure I have the best job ever because I get to do things like this. So let's see. Hopefully it's not backwards or upside down because I can't see it. Oh, there we go. Here's our banner. Here we go. It's your name's on it. Of course your name's on it. Yes. So you get to decide where it goes. You get to decide how to advertise your excellence. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this amazing professional and her accomplishments with you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Okay, I know.
Did you have an order if I said just a couple of words?
No,
Please. So, thank you, everyone. From my principal who recognized me to the district, to the county, thank you. I feel incredibly validated after 25 plus years of teaching. As somebody said, hey, you're doing a good job. But it's not lost on me that there are teachers in this district and the outlying districts who are doing amazing things every single day with kids. Go in their rooms and see what they're doing. They're building relationships. They're tapping into curiosity. They're creating next year's thinkers and next generation's inventors. And so I'm humbled and just floored by all of this attention. But really, there are some amazing individuals in our district and the other districts, and I don't want them forgotten in all of the loudness. Anyway, thank you very much.
Next up, I do pay attention, I do read things, so I'm glad that we are going to be able to recognize the AV Press Class of 2023, 23rd Annual Future Leader Recognition for Isabella Heredia. So Mr. Tresh, is she here?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. So Isabel was featured in the AV Press recently for being 2023, the 23rd Annual Future Leader Recognition Award. And this is what they have to say about it. Multifocals. A hard worker with an eye for photography. That's a little headline here. Chronologically, Isabel Heredia is a junior at Rosamond High School. However, thanks to years of taking college classes through Antelope Valley College, alongside her high school classes, she is graduating in May. I just thought it would be good to work up college credits, she said, of starting the practice as a freshman. Isabel has taken the concurrent enrollment courses online at the Antelope Valley College campus and on her own campus. When she graduates this spring, she will have 25 college credits to go with a high school diploma. Following graduation, she plans to continue at AVC and transfer to a four-year university in the future. At this time, she plans to study to be a preschool teacher. I love being with little kids, she says. Isabel's future plans also include a sideline photography business, expanding upon the hobby she took up 4 years ago. Her efforts have yielded first and second place showings in the Antelope Valley Fair, and she has tried her hand at photographing events with a quinceanera for a friend's son. She also takes photos for the school yearbook. I think I'm good at taking pictures of anything, she said, and feels that flexibility could serve her in a business. Isabel's interest in professional photography is an outgrowth of another activity, serving as Miss Rosamond 2022. It is a culmination of competing in community pageants since she was younger. I just love giving back to my community and helping out, she said. Most recently, that meant leading a fundraiser for a local friend with cancer, which raised $2,000 for the cause. We're all like a big family, she said, of a small, tight-knit community at Rosamond. The impulse toward community service is also exemplified by Isabel's involvement in the California Cadet Corps at Rosamond High School, created over 100 years ago by the state legislature through the California Military Department. The Corps is designed to offer leadership development opportunities for students. A corporal, Isabel has been honored with Honor Cadet of the Year, Battalion Cadet, and her battalion was chosen as Battalion of the Month. Leading her fellow cadets, I learned to be patient with people, she said of the program. Her involvement in the California Cadet Corps and as a community queen has taught Isabel the importance of being a good role model and presenting herself in a way that respects and best represents the organizations for which she serves as a walking billboard. Ladies and gentlemen.
When I saw it, what's the first thing that caught my eye was photography. And folks that don't know me, I used to be in charge of they called it the photo lab out at the base. That's what I was started to do back in 1990. So I think we've had a few interactions on some photos, have we not? Okay. So I hope she forgets everything I taught her, so she knows how to do it right. Okay. Thank you, Suresh. Okay, recognition of student board member Alexi Phipps. All right, guys, we get to give her a plaque. So come on up. We've had the honor and pleasure, we'll wait till everybody gets up here, for having her serve with us for 2 years. And she already got one last year, but this is her final year. I really had a lot of fun with Lexi. The reason I say that is that I worked hard to get her to participate more in the meetings, and she has responded. But this is basically says the Board of Trustees recognizes Alexi Finch in appreciation serving as a student board representative for the year 2022 to 2023. There you go. Okay.
Should we talk to you another year?
Just graduate.
Yeah, darn. Like I said, we hope at the next meeting, which will probably be your last, that we do get to meet the new student board member.
I know that we sent out like the forms, we should put the Google form out to everyone for.
Okay, we have one more meeting for you, so hopefully we'll get that taken care of.
Mr. President, I just would like to add, and Alexi, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you have been a 4.0 student for 4 years in high school, and she's a stellar athlete. I mean, her team's just, they win everything. So you're the all-round, the complete package, Alexi, plus serving on the board. So Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Okay, first up, we do the switch, so we're gonna do the 2023 oral language. Linda Andretta and Thomas Hahn. Presentation, humorous solo, Alexis Svoboda, Garcia. Serious solo, Cash Russell. Humorous duet, Marissa Robles and Maggie Price. Serious duet, John Marquez and Elizabeth Yanis. Esteban. So you're up.
All right. And just to add to her accomplishments, she was also a winner as well with oral language. Third to Bakersfield there, so.
A long time ago.
Still, did help. All right, and so we've got several that were able to participate from both the elementary, 4th through 6th, and then also with TMS, we, they're 6th graders. We put them into the 7th and 8th graders, and we have two, John Marquez and Esteban Yanez, were able to take 2nd place in serious duets. So I will go ahead and have them come up first, and then the two girls, they'll do their presentation.
The Harmonica by Tony Johnston. I cannot remember my father's face or my mother's, but I remember their love.
Singing was like breathing to us. For a time, the only music in our house was our own voices. My father's, my mother's, and mine.
Then the melodies of Schubert soared into our home, freed from the neighbor's gramophone. We sang and we listened to the gramophone's sweet notes. I had dreams of music. A piano was my heart's desire, but like the composers, we were poor like pigeons.
Even so, one evening, dusted with coal from the mine where he worked, my father came home and slipped a silvery gift into my hand, a harmonica.
My lips loved the harmonica. At first, my breath panted in and out of its nick sides like bellows.
Gently, said my father, or you'll simply blast it apart.
I wheezed and blew until somewhere in the heart of the harmonica, my mouth found Schubert. Then my mother and father danced together.
Somewhere outside, a war was raging,
but it was far away, leaving us untouched.
I played the harmonica while my parents danced. In our dream, we believed the world to be good. Until there, in the heart of Poland, Nazi soldiers found us. We were Jews.
I was sent to a concentration camp. Barefoot, I labored alongside others. All of us dull-eyed battered with bones, digging a road through snow with each shovelful of frozen earth. I thought of my mother and father. Were they still alive, I wondered? Often, to keep from losing hope, I touched the harmonica cold inside my pocket. Sometimes I played it to keep from losing hope. I wept when I thought of my father and mother.
I awoke, jolted from sleep, and I knew my parents were dead. Then I played Schubert, played and played when my heart reeled.
The commandant of the camp loved Schubert. By some terrible miracle, he heard me and sniffed me out. One night he spat, "Play, Jew!" I stood before him with my hands numb with winter. What if I fumbled? What if I ran out of breath? What if the notes rushed from my head? I had no doubt if I faltered, I would be dead. I remembered what my father had told me of Schubert, how he had lived in a bare room with no fire. Though his fingers ached with cold, he wrote his music.
Though I ached, each night I played music for the commandant. He listened, enthralled. Each night when I was done, he tossed me bread.
He worked us, beat us for no reason, without mercy. Yet he recognized beauty. I cannot imagine how bad could be. I felt sick, playing music for the commandant. I felt sick, getting bread while others starved to death.
I despised myself for every note, every harmonica breath, until one day a whisper grazed my ear. Bless you,
For what? I asked the dark.
Schubert.
Each night, like the very stars, my notes had reached the other prisoners. Play, Jew! He spat, night after night. Night after night, I touched the harmonica to my lips.
I thought of my father, who had given it to me,
Of my mother, who once had danced.
and
And of prisoners, without hope, who might hear the notes and be lifted.
I played for them.
With all my heart.
So, yes, they were able to get to second place, and that was in Bakersfield. That was as far as they go now with the oral language. But it was, you're talking about getting out of about, what is it, 17, 18 main regions of districts there. So they went through a process of here at the school, then all the schools there, and then basically within our basic region or district are there. And so they ended up doing 3 or 4 competitions even before they got to Bakersfield. So to play second, appreciate the place. Very good. Gotta get to a sports game.
Thank you. He has a baseball game.
Off and running. All right, and the next group that's coming up will be then the girls, the Humish Duet with Marissa Robles and Maggie Bruce.
The Diary of a Worm by Doreen Cronin. March 20th. Mom says there are 3 things I should always remember. 1. The earth gives us everything we need.
2. When we dig tunnels, we help take care of the earth.
3. Never bother Daddy when he's eating the newspaper. March 29th. Today I tried to teach Spider how to dig. First, all of his legs got stuck.
I think I twisted one of my ankles.
Then he swallowed a bunch of dirt.
I give up.
Tomorrow he's going to teach us how to walk upside down. March 30th. Worms cannot walk upside down. April 4th. Fishing season started today. We all dug deeper. April 10th.
It rains all night and the ground was soaked.
We spent the entire day on the sidewalk. Hopscotch is a very dangerous game. April 15th.
I forgot my lunch today. I got so hungry that I ate my homework.
My teacher made me write, I will not eat my homework 10 times. When I was finished, I ate that too. April 20th.
I snuck up on some kids in the park today. They didn't hear me coming.
I wiggled up right between them and they screamed. I love when they do that. May 1st. Grandpa taught us that good manners are very important. So today I said good morning to the first ant I saw.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good morning.
Nice to see you.
Howdy.
Good morning.
I stood there all day. May 8th.
Had the worst nightmare last night.
Giant birds playing hopscotch. Mom says I have to stop eating so much garbage right before I go to bed. May 15th.
I got into a fight with Spider today. He told me you need legs to be cool.
Then he ran. I couldn't keep up. Maybe he's right. June 15th.
I made Spider laugh so hard he fell out of his tree.
Who needs legs? July 28th. Last night
I went to the school dance.
you put your head in, you put your head out, you do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself about. That's all we could do. June 15th.
My older sister thinks she's so pretty. I told her that no matter how much time she spends looking in the mirror, her face will always look just like her rear end.
Spider thought that was really funny. Mom did not. July 28th. 3 things I don't like about being a worm.
1, I can't chew gum.
2, I can't have a dog. 3, all that homework. July 29th. 3 good things about being a worm.
1, I never have to go to the dentist.
No cavities, no teeth either. 2, I never get in trouble for tracking mud through the house. 3, I never have to take a bath. August 1st.
It's not always easy being a worm.
We're very small and sometimes people forget we're even here. But like Mom always says, the earth never forgets we're here.
Also, want to just let you know that all the kids were able to actually do well, and that all our kids were able then to actually go to Bakersfield. So,
I represented West Park, and I had the help of Mrs. Hunt. So we worked with 2 students, and they did above and beyond. And when we went to Mojave, my group, there was other kids that were heartbroken because, they weren't making it in different areas. And my group kept cheering all of them on. They didn't care what group they came from, they were cheering them on. And that made me really feel proud of our kids here in Roseman. And so the first one I have is, they have it wrong on this thing, but her name is Natalia Sepulveda, and she does the serious solo. And then Cash is going to do the humorous solo. So we're going to start with Natalia.
I'll always love you by Hans Wilhelm. This is a story about Elfie, the best dog in the whole world. We grew up together, but Elfie grew much faster than I did. I loved resting my head on her warm coat. Then we would dream together. My brother and sister loved Elfie a lot, but she was my dog. Every day, Elfie and I would play together. Elfie loved to chase squirrels and to dig in my mother's flower garden. Sometimes my folks would get very angry with Elfie when she would get into mischief, but they still loved her, even when they scolded her. The trouble was, no one told her except me. The years passed quickly, and while I was growing taller and taller, Elfie was growing rounder and rounder. The older Elfie got, the more she slept, and the less she liked to walk. I was getting worried. We took Elfie to the vet, but there wasn't much he could do. Elfie's just growing old, he said. It soon became too difficult for Elfie to walk up the stairs, but she had to sleep in my room. I gave Elfie a soft pillow to sleep on, and before we went to sleep, I told her, I'll always love you. I knew she understood. One morning, I woke up and discovered that Elfie had died during the night. We buried Elfie together. We all cried and hugged each other. My brother and sister loved Elfie very much, but they never told her so. I was very sad too, but it helped to remember that I have told Elfie every night, I'll always love you. A neighbor offered me a puppy. I knew Elfie wouldn't mind, but I said no. I gave him Elfie's basket instead. He needed it more than I did. Someday I'll have another dog or a kitten or a goldfish. But whatever it is, I'll always tell it every night. I'll always love you.
Cash Russell. Couldn't remember.
Marco Comes Late by Dr. Seuss. Young man, said Miss Block, it's 11 o'clock. This school begins promptly at 8:45. And this is a terrible time to arrive. What's wrong with you, boy? Is your head made of wood? Why didn't you come just fast as you could? What is your excuse? It had better be good. Excuse? Marco stuttered. Well, you see, it's like this. Something happened to me. This morning, Miss Block, when I left home for school, I hurried off early, according to rule. I said when I started at 8:15, I must not, I will not, I shall not be late. I'll be the first pupil in my seat. Then bang, something happened on Mulberry Street. I heard a strange peep, and I took a quick look. And you know what I saw that look that I took? A bird laid an egg on my arithmetic book. I couldn't believe it, Miss Block, but it's true. I stopped, and I didn't quite know what to do. I didn't dare run, I didn't dare walk. I didn't dare yell, I didn't dare talk. I didn't dare sneeze, I didn't dare cough. Because if I did, I would knock the egg off. So I stood there, stopped still, and it worried me pink. Then my feet got quite tired, and I sat them to think. While I was thinking, down there on the ground, I saw something move, and I heard a loud sound of a worm who was having a fight with his wife. The most terrible fight I've heard in my life. The worm, he was yelling, that boy should not wait. He must not, he dare not, he shall not be late. You have to smash that egg off his head. The wife of the worm shouted back, and she said, to break that their egg would be terribly cruel. An egg's more important than going to school. That egg is a mother bird's pride and her joy. If he smashes that egg, he's the world's meanest boy. And while the worms argued about what I should do, a couple of big cats started arguing too. You listen to me, I heard one say. If this boy doesn't go on to school right away, Miss Buck will be frightfully, horribly mad. If the boy gets too late, she'll punish the lad. The other cat snapped back, and she said, I don't care if she does. This boy must not move. So I stayed where I was, with an egg on my head, and my heart full of fears, and a shouting of cats and worms in my ears. And while I lay wondering when all this would stop, the egg on my book burst apart with a pop. And out of the pieces of red and white shell jumped a strange brand new bird, and he said with a yell, I thank you, young fellow. You've been simply great. But now, don't hatch, you no longer need to wait. I'm sorry I kept you till 11 o'clock. That's really my fault. You tell that to Miss Block. I wish you good luck, and I bid you good day. That's what the bird said, and then he fluttered away. Then I got here, just fast as I could. And that's my excuse, and I think it's quite good. Miss Block didn't speak for a moment or two. Her eyes looked at Marco and looked them clean through. Then she smiled. That's a very good tale, if it's true that all of those things really happened to you. Well, answered Marco with a sort of a squirm. Not
Why, yes, but I did see a worm.
Thank you all for coming out and giving us a presentation. This was great. It's good to see our students achieve. And hopefully this will encourage other students to, to participate as well. So thank you, and I guess it's time to move on. Next is this Tech Force Foundation presentation. Steve DiMarzio.
Thank you. Good evening, Southern Kern Board Trustees, Superintendent Gaines, your management staff, your cabinet, our student board member, and California School Employee Association representative, as well as Roseman Teachers Association. Thank you all. So, come to talk about Tech Force. So, as a quick background, I work at Lockheed Martin Aeronautics Company. I'm also a board trustee at the Westside Union School District down in LA County. But I'm not here for that. I'm here for Tech Force. I'm a Tech Force ambassador. So, those that went to the Antelope Valley School Board's dinner meeting last time, there was Bowie Latiner. She talked a little bit about Tech Force. So now I'm here to elaborate a little bit more. So you got some flyers in front of you. I do have some extras. So let's go on with it. So why are we here? Well, with the push with 4 years college and the push for students to go to 4-year college, average grade pushing 4-year college, one up there is a CTE shortage, career technical education shortage, not only in aviation. So you got, I was talking to Kelly just now. I just met him tonight. We talked about just the shortage of the labor floor, building planes, auto mechanics in town. I know they're looking to hire techs. I mean, even down at Palmdale, Lancaster, as well as up here, there's a shortage of techs. So techs all over the place. So the U.S. alone, and this is a little bit dated. So right now there's 5 open jobs for every new tech graduate. So they're looking to hire. The U.S. alone needs 250,000 new entrants a year just to keep up with demand. That's quarter of a million. So over 700,000, auto diesel collision techs needed from now until 2025. This is not even talking about aviation. There's a shortage in aviation. No. And the key point is, only the laser doesn't work on the screen. Sucks it. Only 3% of the current techs are women. So you get the majority of the population in the U.S. and only 3% are women in there. And it is future driven. So the average car today has 70 computers and over 100 million lines of code. So they're no longer the mechanic, just changing oil, just changing spark plugs, points condenser. It's more technology driven. So, average car is 70 computers, 100 million lines of code. And even the Tech Force Board of Directors chair, Angie Babin, she's actually works as vice president of supply chain at Caliber Collision. So he is Caliber Collision down in Palmdale. These are really high tech careers. These are no longer considered, upper blue collar. We consider this the new collar type of work. So it is driven by STEM. STEM is not, for 4-year college, it's also for the certificate and the 2 years, just like down at AVC, which has outstanding programs. So this is just a quick thing. It's a little tough to see on the screen, but the yellow ones are blending into the background. That is the upper white color. The ones in the dark blue, that's the upper blue collar or the new collar. So as you can see, for STEM, they need STEM more than the upper white collar. There are some engineering degrees that do need math just as high as upper blue collar, but upper blue collar, you talk about the technicians, they need STEM more than the most 4-year college degrees. So all about Tech Force. So it's a nonprofit organization started off in Arizona. It was an offshoot from UTI, Universal Technical Institute, a private technical school. They broke off because they need to expand their mission. So they broke off, nonprofit, so they're supporting technicians all across the U.S. So they do this through scholarships, student event tickets and VIP tours, networking opportunities, and job postings. And a lot of this is on the network. So the little card there, if you scan that, we'll talk more about the network. That's how you can join the network. So anybody can join the network. Students, instructors, enthusiasts. They don't consider a parent profile. They want people to join as enthusiasts because they want their parents monitoring themselves. But you can join. I joined as an enthusiast on the network. So again, it's 501c3. So the donations are tax deductible. So and limited, it's not limited, so it's to all sectors in the field. So you got automotive and aviation, so Aerospace Valley and Mojave's growing like crazy. They need to hire. So here's the network. So the last 4 years, so they started network 4 years ago. I joined about 3.5 years ago. So that's me on the network. So I'm currently I'm top of the leaderboard, lifetime I'm top of the leaderboard. So I really get into this stuff. So, I'm trying to motivate the students to join. So right now there's a student right now in second place for the season. I'll talk more about the season. There's a student in second place. I'm not eligible for any of the prizes. I'm just here because I'm type A, I like to compete. So, So Alan, if you just play the video.
Tech Force, the first and only peer network for next-gen tech. Welcome to Tech Force, a platform dedicated to launching and advancing the careers of next-generation technicians. People like you, students, instructors, working techs, industry leaders, you. Showcase your school, certifications, jobs, and awards. Post your current project and follow your friends. Flex your talent. Follow industry trends and connect with future employers. Connect. Works on all devices. Compete with other users and climb the leaderboard in daily and special trivia. Win. Redeem prizes with your points from industry partners. Tickets. Attend events and see what's going on in your area. Scholarships. $1.5 million in scholarships awarded annually. Engage. Access free videos and content to explore your areas of interest. Explore your passion, flex your talent, build your career. Join techforce.org.
So joining the network is key. That's what gets students exposed to the industry. So big industry, post jobs in there. So that post jobs on there, they need to have skin in the game. So in cash donations, anything to say I'm committed to Tech Force. So it can be Ford, it can be small companies, it can be the auto shop down the street. They can advertise their job postings on Tech Force. So to join the network, and this is for the students in the audience, it's 13. So if you join 13, join the network is free. So to join the network, you scan the code. I can pass out flyers, scan the code. You get a confirmation email that's you. And I have some T-shirts. Those students that join tonight, anybody joins tonight, you can have a T-shirt. I got some medium, small, mediums, larges, and extra larges T-shirts. So they're kind of cool. So why is the network important? Well, you get exposed to scholars. Granted, we're right now they were going for the community college, but they're pushing down to high school level these scholarships, as well as we're trying to push down to the middle school level too. Granted, they're not eligible for scholarship, but just join that, get them interested. Ones that have tactile field, ones that don't mind getting their hands dirty, but are good in math, because you don't have to be committed to go to a 4-year school. It was 1.5, now it's 2.3, thanks to Ford. A lot of that, the extra $1 million is region-based, but it frees up scholarship funds to go elsewhere. So student experience. So from VIP tickets to Mecum auctions to race day experience. So Long Beach, they restarted Long Beach Grand Prix back in April. There were tickets available to go. Join the network, come tickets. You could get tickets for the day to go. So minimum age is 13. You get points. You're eligible for these seasonal prizes. You can also experience this. Some of them do have an age waiver, but if you get your parents' permission, you get your parents to go or chaperone, you can go. And there's training. So on the network, I take the trainings. There's short trainings, not ASE certified, but even instructors and technicians, enthusiasts, they like taking those videos. They get extra points for doing that too. Just more training videos. And then there are job postings in there. So types of scholarship, majority of scholarships are need-based. It's not academic based, because a lot of the students that go, they go to community college. They get a flat tire, and or something happens with their car while I'm trying to learn how to fix cars. They may have to spend $420. We want to keep these kids in the schools, so a lot of these scholarships are need based. A lot of it is corporate and individually sponsored. So on the back of the trifold, there is the corporates, but there are individually sponsored. And the current goal is to increase the number of individually sponsored scholarships or donations. So here's one. This is a name one. So if you give a certain amount, you can named This is the one I'm sponsoring, so I put my money where my mouth is. So I've done a 5-year commitment. I could put in my name. It's like, oh, that's kind of egotistical. So I put in Lynn St. James' name. So this is a needs-based scholarship. So it's for Lynn St. James, who those know, famous IndyCar driver. She drove every car under the sun, motorsport. So in the 80s and 90s. So the tuition assistance is available. So how to join the network? You those have cell phones, you can scan it now. You got the cards, you join the network. So anybody have questions on the network? I know I'm going through it kind of fast, but I can come back anytime. I'm going to try to go to a career day. Was it at Space Park?
No, we're trying to plan.
Okay. It's still in plan? Okay. So there was something called Future Tech Rocks Award. That's already passed. But this was happening during our AVSBA dinner meeting. It was going on at that time. So these are for students that are in school, the trade schools, the technical schools. Future Tech Rocks Award. So 1,000 prizes. So there were 10 finalists. I was the judging for the restoration to become one of the 10 finalists. So we judged, and then the voting was open. Anybody could vote. So let's talk a little bit about that. So if you play this video.
Everyone, I am Bogey, host of Motor Trend's All Girls Garage and founder of Girl Gang Garage, and of course, Tech Force Foundation super fan. And I am back as an official judge of Future Tech's Rock Awards. You heard me right. I have partnered with Tech Force on the first and only awards program celebrating the most promising, most talented, most driven future technicians in the country. Nominations are officially open now. So go to techforce.org/futuretechsrock to nominate your favorite future tech. One winner from each category receives amazing recognition and some really cool prizes from Tech Force sponsors. So if you know a future tech who rocks in your school, in your community, anywhere, visit techforce.org/futuretechsrock to nominate them now.
So he says, oh, this can't happen at the ML Valley. Au contraire. So if you just click that link there. So this was always past due. So the grand winner was Taylor Cloverdale down in Houston. She was UTI Houston. But if you scroll down a little bit, Alva. Keep going. So, okay, stop right there. So see Teresa Saka. She was in the aviation category. What school was she from? So she was a finalist in the aviation. So we got a great aviation program. She was nominated. She came in 5th place. So 10 categories, 5th place. So total overall was about 40. I got the inside was about 4,300 votes total for all 10. The winner got about 1,200 votes. She got about 500 votes. We could have easily put her over the top. And she could get 1st place. So the finalists got about $1,000 in prizes and cash. The top prize, I think she got a few $1,000 out. I mean, fortunately, I think Teresa was in year 2, so I think she's done with Future Tech. So the current contest right now is Tex Rocks. So if you know a local mechanic, even aviation, who you want, you can nominate them. You can just go to Tech Force and nominate them. There's a form to fill out. You need to make it detailed. You need to cite specific examples to be considered. If you just say general, I know this guy's great. If you cite specific examples of what they've done, they can get nominated as Tex Rock. So this is Future Tech. This is for ones in trade school. Okay, next. Next slide, please. Okay, how can school boards help? Well, number one, get the word out. Join Tech Force. Join Tech Force. Anybody can join Tech Force. That link does not work. I don't know why. It says unsupported browser, but I got a sample shot. There's educator resources in there. There's training guides for teachers to get the students interested. Promote the network to students, teachers, and staff. So I got a great audience tonight. Thank you. And advocate for career technical education. College isn't for every student, and we need to remove the stigma that it is a lesser career than a 4-year college. It is not a lesser career. It costs less. 2 years, go to AVC, get your degree, you get a technician. A lot of these are, if you sign up for an internship with a company, a large company like Ford, BMW, you work for them, you can actually get your tuition paid off. and then you could work right away and you're fairly debt free rather than going to 4-year college. You're unemployed because you didn't get the right degree, and then you got, $150,000 in debt you got to pay off because you went to a 4-year college. And so I know you guys are talking about, I think I was talking to you about CTE, expanding CTE. That's something current is expand programs and budget and staff allow. I think this is a big deal because we need to fill the gap. You can have all this great stuff, but you need people to fix your stuff. If you're not that, the economy's going to come to a grinding halt. Because everybody's going to be playing video games in their basement. So the ones who do play video, a lot of this stuff has gone more to virtual. So a lot of it's gone to more virtual training where you still got to work finally, get your hands dirty and get on. But a lot of this is virtual based, so they can sit down at their computer with hands or with the hands or the stylus and actually go through a lot of the training. So a lot of it is moving to the VR to attract the ones that are more the digital natives. But you still need to get your hands dirty. But a lot of the ones are technicians, just troubleshooting computers. It's more of hooking up the reader and knowing what to look for. And again, STEM. This is a big STEM. Avid Strategies work with this too. So Avid is not only just for 4-year colleges, it's for 2-year colleges too. Next. Oh, I can do that. Sorry. So this is a snapshot for educator resources. So there is how STEM applies to skilled trades. There's training guides. I think I sent on Google an instructor guide. I think it's a PDF. So there's lots of material on here. This little data, they're looking to update this. So there's still stuff material. So we want to actually get down to the middle school. So because the joint network is 13. They're talking 7th, 8th graders. So it kind of stays locally because to move that truck logistically is kind of expensive, but there's local events, but if we have enough money, we could actually maybe potentially bring out a facsimile of the STEM truck, and they have activities like changing tires, NASCAR, other activities, and this is always popularly the timing light, just to check your reaction, just to get people to kind of get engaged. And then follow us on social media. Techforce.org is a good one. There's a Facebook page. There's an Instagram page. There's TikTok. I personally stay away from TikTok, but I do Instagram. I do Facebook. So I think that is it. Does anybody have any questions? So if you join the network, you get a free T-shirt. And it was one similar to what Bogey wore.
And so it's free for them to sign up. They just have to be 13 years old.
13 years old. So you
13-year-old birthday.
Yeah. So you can actually join the school. So you can actually have your schools join. They can actually associate with the school. So if you don't have a dedicated technical trades, you're not eligible for school prizes, but students are still eligible for some of these prizes. There are seasonal prizes. Some top students have won car parts washes at $600. I mean, there's stuff out there. I sponsored a few of the seasonal contests, so a lot of it is point based. Thank you.
Steve, I just want to bring in one little comment. We have a music teacher here who says it's not STEM anymore, it's Steve.
Well, I got the orange, so yeah.
So I'm not stealing your thunder, John. I just want to let you know that you're not the only one. I'm seeing it all over the internet.
I didn't say it, I'm only thinking it.
You don't have to think it, it's actually on the internet.
Well, so, you know what, Bob? Since you brought it up, my
Yes, sir.
question for him would be,
Yeah.
in all these places you present this, has anybody fielded that question to you, and do you have an answer for it?
Well, I do at some of these. So this is the second time I've done this at the high school board. So I did the high school board. I think I did say STEAM or STEM. So it does include the arts.
Yeah. Well, my point is this, do you have a connection with these guys that are out there doing this job who have actually said to you that we could use some people in this industry that have that, whatever comes from the arts? Because I've heard that from some of the guys out at Edwards, that we got a lot of engineers who could use some of this understanding of the arts in order to be able to communicate well. They're incredibly gifted in what they do, but sometimes we can't understand what they're saying.
Right.
And I think that's interesting. I just don't know if you've fielded anything like that.
That is interesting. I will mention that maybe we need to update and emphasize STEAM a little bit. Because I'm a school board member. We talk about STEM and we do say STEAM and stuff. Because our school, Idea Academy at Cottonwood, it's a STEAM school, so yes, we do include the art. I know a lot of this is STEM focused, but arts.
Just to be very clear, I'm not interested in pushing the agenda of the arts just to push it. I'm very interested in actually, if it's needed, if there's anybody out there in this world that's saying that, hey, STEAM is a good thing. That's my point.
Okay. Point taken. Thank you.
Musicians have an understanding of the mathematics needed in engineering.
I'm sorry, say again.
Musicians have an understanding of the mathematics needed in engineering.
Sure, yep.
It's proven.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Sorry, John, sorry to keep you. Yeah, I know. But I wanted to make sure it got in there.
You love the grenade. You love the grenade. I just threw it back.
Yep, okay, RTA.
All righty. Well, congratulations to all. Congratulations to Alexi Finch. For her time as student board member, good luck with your future. I know it'll be bright. It's a pleasure getting to know you too. And congrats to Veronica Card too for Kern County Teacher of the Year. You know, I got to know her in 2002. And yes, I remember venting how I didn't like how I was doing spelling. And she really encouraged me to change it. It's much better today. I believe you were the one that told me to put it on Thursday. And I'll focus on sentences on Friday, which I think is more important. And yes, thank you. Yeah. And again, that 2002 summer, it was nice getting to know you. And that one really nice baseball game we all went to. Yes, but it was a preseason game. All right. Then congrats to the oral language. Natalia was in my class last year, so it's a pleasure to see her perform. With the fourth quarter coming to an end, thanks to all teachers for working so hard. Next, Barbara. Barbara Gaines met with RTA yesterday during our executive board meeting. She was present for a Q&A for almost 2 hours, in which she listened to and responded to many questions and concerns from the RTA executive board. I was nervous about setting this up, but I feel this part of the meeting went very well with a positive and cooperative approach by all. Thank you, Barbara, again for coming. I hope we can keep this spirit of cooperation going for the rest of this year, next year, and with the upcoming collective bargaining negotiations. We have a lot of challenges here at Southern Kern Unified School District, but I know we will all do our best to solve them. With the upcoming negotiations, the only thing the negotiation team wanted me to say is that right now is our sunshine proposal, which will be on the board tonight. RTA is looking forward to seeing the district sunshine proposal and getting bargaining sessions started for the next school year. With all this said, I am completing my first year as president of RTA, and man, what a year it has been. I know I've done too much on some items, not enough on others, but I look forward to working with all of you now and in the future and continue to learn and lead. Thanks.
Hi, Christina Hopkins, Secretary of CSEA. I do also want to congratulate Ms. Heredia. God, that is just such a wonderful accomplishment. Personally, I work at Alt Ed, and we also are trying out the concurrent enrollment. And for my own child, who I was like, girl, you can graduate high school earlier if you just do that, you know? So you're such a go-getter and an inspiration. And don't think I want any of your story with my students. So really congratulations to that to Mrs. Carr. I heard about you, and I don't even work with you. So I heard about you from your colleagues at our site. And then immediately the first thing that came out was she deserves that. She totally deserves that. So congratulations, obviously, and then the fact that you got it from the county as well, well earned. So congratulations. In terms of our union, we're also really pleased with we have our initial proposal, our sunshine ready, so that will be coming it's already been given to you, so that should be on the board agenda soon. And also, we also are very happy with just the conversations that we're having, in meetings and stuff like that, when we're talking to different players of our organization. And we can all see, we all feel that there is a team spirit of trying to really come together and move forward with the district, and really try to, have progress for the students, the staff, everyone. So we do appreciate that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Student board member, Alexi.
Good evening, everyone. The high school had their last pep rally last week. The baseball and softball team both made playoffs. The softball team played Tuesday against Mojave and won, and will play South tomorrow. The baseball team had their first playoff game tonight. I'm not sure how they did yet, but
Destroyed the other.
yeah, I assumed that. But grad
Let's
bash.
go 33.
Baseball?
Yeah. That's football.
Yeah.
No mercy rule, huh?
No.
Grad bash is on the 26th, and senior sunset is on the 27th, and we also had senior awards last night. Thank you.
CEO report, Mr. Irvin.
All right. First of all, congratulations to all the students, Mrs. Carr, Alexi, everybody. It's, as the year winds down, it's nice to have some celebrations at the end of it. So it's always good. On Friday, the governor presented the May revision to the 23-24 state budget, or at least his idea of it. The state senate has a couple other ideas that he does not, so we'll see where that lines up. But overall, it's a mixed bag. The bright side is a lot of education stayed the same from January, which is good. COLA is statutory rate will be 8.22% for next year. The downside of the mixed bag is overall the state is $31 billion short of what their anticipated revenue would be for this year. So that's quite a gulf to overcome. So in order to fully fund the COLA, there are one-time funds that are being cut from, or at least proposed to be cut from next year's budget to offset the COLA. So the art, music, instructional discretionary block grant is expected to be cut by 50%. The learning loss recovery block grant will be reduced 33%, as well as cuts to Prop 28, the off the last November's ballot that was additional art and music funding. So the governor's budget doesn't propose or isn't anticipating a full recession or a recession at all. Actually, it has expectations of GDP slowing to about 0.5% by the end of 2023, but if things go worse than that, or full recession would then draw that budget deficit from 30 billion. Possibly, if it's a more than mild, if it were moderate the last 2 or 3 quarters, it would just about double what the shortfall in revenue is. With all the storms this last winter and everything, the extension on tax revenues also have made things a little bit murky with instead of the April deadline, everything being extended to October for about half the counties of the state. Kind of they get a little bit more complicated of, okay, is the state gonna have as much money as they think they will, or we'll be basically done with the first quarter of next school year before we get the final total of what this year's tax receipts are. And yeah, so it's good news for next year, and then after that it gets murkier and murkier. So that those are the things that I'm contending with, trying to put next year's budget together and the multi-year projection, so that we're not over promising and then under delivering, and trying to not put the cart in front of the horse, so to speak, in terms of
how much of a ray of sunshine am I? Given this presentation, not very at the moment because I'm scared, but I'm just trying to be realistic and grounded in reality as we see what the proposals are from the bargaining units and everything else. So, with that note, I will stop talking.
So you're saying the outlook is good.
There is an outlook, yes.
Good one. Okay, Assistant Superintendent, Instruction and Curriculum, Dr. Mendez, welcome to the table, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank everyone for their recognitions that they've received. SCAR students as well. Had an opportunity to visit all the school sites last week and had a chance to meet with the administration, and they provided me a tour of different school sites. I was able to meet some of the students and staff there and learn more about the programs that are occurring there at the school sites. Also had a chance to attend the senior awards night, and a great event there for students in terms of their recognition, scholarship opportunities as well. So it was a memorable moment for all students, staff, parents, families, and all in attendance. We also have the upcoming Paxton Patterson open house at Tropicville Middle School tomorrow from 10 to noon time. Some updates that we've been working on is the curriculum. We've been placing orders and looking at the needs of each sites to make sure we have our materials needed for the 2003-2004 school year. We've also been working on following up on curriculum orders for summer school. So that's something that we are planning. We've outreached to administration, to the school sites to make sure we have everything we need and we're ready to go for summer school. We'll be offering 2 sessions along with extended school year as well, the ESY, session 1, session 2. We have recently participated earlier this month on May 9th on training with Dr. Becky Wetzel, Math Priority Standards, grades 3 through 3rd grade, and that was at RES. Additionally, we participated in the grading committee along with teachers that joined us and administrators that joined us. Ms. Gaines, along with Ken O'Connor. So he was part of the grading committee. We reviewed several items there in terms of the grading committee. We're getting ready for our PLC training with Solution Tree coming up is June 7th through June 9th. And we are also preparing for Avid Summer Institute, which is going to be taking place towards the end of the month in June. So we're excited for those upcoming events, training, professional development, so that we can collaborate together, exchange best practices, and learn from each other in those professional development opportunities. So those are the updates that I have that I'd like to share with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Superintendent, Special Education, Pupil Personnel, Ms. Keller.
Hello, everybody. I want to start out with thanking them, congratulating Ms. Heredia and Ms. Bench for their great accomplishments over the last few years. Awesome to both of you. Also, Mrs. Carr for Teacher of the Year. I've been in your class and you are amazing, and that's an honor well deserved, so I applaud you. I also agree, there are a lot of amazing teachers in our district. So it's always wonderful to be able to go in and see everybody in action. I also want to acknowledge the oral language presentations. Oh my gosh, I would have messed it up 100 times over. So for them to have been able to do so good and not get lost in their words, power to them. Yay. Then as far as for our department right now, we are preparing for extended school year. It will be from June 6th to July 5th. We're also planning ways for next year to expand upon our mental health services so that we can reach more kiddos, since that is in high need. And Last thing is we are currently working on our end of year reporting for the state. So those are our big things that we're working on currently.
Thank you. Our associate superintendent is not here tonight, so we'll go ahead and go to the superintendent's reports.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vincelet. I want to sort of echo what everyone's saying here. I want to congratulate Ms. Finch for just being herself. Last night I saw a smaller little Miss Finch, and I ran into your father and I said, oh my gosh, she's going to be another Lexi. She's pretty athletic and she's pretty, but you could just see, I can't wait till she probably is going to sit on the board as well. And Miss Heredia, I feel so, you have no idea, being the superintendent of a queen, plus all those other things that you do. It's just so special for me. Congratulations on everything you do. You truly are a role model for young people, and you represent Rosemont very, very well. Thank you for that. And I also want to, Miss Carr, one of the first people I met when I came to Southern Kern, I think it was actually my first day here. We had lunch across the street. Anytime you're talking literacy, libraries, what books I walked into the library and there was no books. And I figured out she was my go-to person. I can't tell you how, I just feel like we got it right. And so did Kern County. I mean, we have many great teachers. I can't say that enough. I see outstanding work and engagement with students every single day in a classroom. And you are no exception, obviously, to that. But I really feel that you have done so much to support the kids, especially with building literacy in Southern Kern and making sure even our libraries at the elementary are up and running and flourishing with new books. And thank you so much for that. I also want to thank Malika for coming down to present that award to you. That made it even more special. Oral language, oh my gosh. I don't know. It's just incredible. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Faith. Thank you for the work you did with all the kids. They were amazing. They were amazing, really, really amazing. And we're so proud of all of our kids. As a superintendent, there are days when the day may not be your best favorite day, and then you get to come and see all the incredible things that kids do on a daily basis. And it just takes away all the stress that you may have gone through from 7:30 up until 5. And so makes it very, very special to see this. And I want to say to John, I was a little nervous by my meeting the teachers, but I so enjoyed it. Thank you to the teachers, to your entire RTA leadership team for inviting me. And I want you to know that Dan and Dr. Mendez are my witnesses. That list I was writing with your pencil, we already started working on that list today. So we're talking about UA time and all those things. We're working our way down the list. So it did not go unnoticed. And I also want to say to the teachers that last Tuesday or a week or so ago, you guys had a breakfast. I hope you got a breakfast because the district office provided a breakfast, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to say to CSEA, yours will be coming next Tuesday. So that is from the district office, a little way of saying thank you for everything you do, and we hope you enjoyed it for classified appreciation next week, and teachers 2 weeks ago. So last night I was at the Senior Awards Scholarship event, and we had so many students. Alexi, was it 40 students who had 4.0s for 4 years. It was a very profound number. I was just floored by it. And I met a gentleman last year who was adamant he wanted to give scholarships to Roseman High seniors. And last year he gave 2 $1,000 scholarships. This year he gave 6 $1,000 scholarships. And he's already given the money for next year's scholarships. So I was so, and he doesn't even live in Rosemont anymore, but he grew up here. So I was so taken by the kids that received scholarships last night, that I felt like one of the new things I want to do moving forward as a superintendent is go to the chamber, go to some of our merchant friends that we have, and really try to get them on board to donate more scholarships to our seniors, because we know there's a need. College books are not cheap, and neither is tuition and food and everything else that freshmen need, and sophomores and everybody else. So one of the things that I want to do this year is try to make our scholarship fund even bigger than what we currently have. And I'm sure I probably missed somebody. Thank you, CSEA, because I do enjoy, I meet every month with the CSEA guys as well. And they give me great ideas too of what areas that I need to focus on, or where they feel like they need some help. And I do appreciate that, because I am not aware of everything going on, especially when we're talking grounds and maintenance and all these sorts of things. So it does help. It does take a team, and I appreciate RTA and CSEA being my eyes and ears in many cases. So at this time, Mr. Vincelette, I would like to present the attendance awards for April.
You're up.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, let's see what I got here. All right, I'm going to present the most improved attendance. And this school grew by 18.64%, which I'm very happy about because it was testing. So Rare Earth, come on out. Congratulations, Nina. I know you're working hard for that.
No, it also pays to bribe them.
Huh?
It also pays to bribe them.
Yes, it does. Well, I don't want to know about that. Only candy, right?
Motivate.
All right. Best attendance elementary, with a growth of 1.10%, with a total of 93.65%, West Park Elementary. And now, best attendance secondary with a growth of 2.24%. The day we've all been waiting for. Mr. B, wipe that look off your face. Tropico, come on up. You knew it was going to happen, didn't you?
Not how you start, it's how you finish.
Unfortunately, Roseman High has won it every month this year, except tonight. So, little competition, Mr. B.
Aim high. Okay. Board communication. Adrian.
Hello, everybody. I knew you were coming for me. So let's see. I
shows what type of person you are. You took the time to also speak about your colleagues, and so that's much appreciated. Miss, I don't want to mispronounce it, Miss Heredia. Congratulations on everything. There's so much. I think you have a bright future ahead of you. So, and Miss Alexa Finch, I've met you a couple months ago, and I think you two have a very bright future in sports or whatever it is you decide to do. Let's see. Oh, Tech Force, Mr. DiMarzio, I appreciate your presentation, and I made a note of it, I like what you said, that the blue collar is now new collar. Yeah, that was, you caught my ear on that one. Oral language. Mr. and Mrs. Hahn, congratulations for your students as well. My daughter did that in 5th grade, I believe it was, and so it takes a lot of hard work, and so those students really. I have a book for next year. So congratulations for all of their hard work and your hard work as well. RTA and CSEA, thank you both for your presentations, but you know what you said, I pay attention to everything, so thank you for that. I'm just going down my list here. And Mr. Irving, thank you for your delightful. Yes.
So it was.
Yes, Miss Cheryl Taylor, you're one of my favorite people already. We've only met a couple months ago. Thank you for everything you said as well, and welcome to Dr. Mendez. I believe this is your first board meeting, so.
Yes, thank you.
Many more. A lot of hard work. I think that's pretty much it. I was able to go to the senior awards last night as well, and so that the students there, the entire senior class, has done a tremendous job, and so congratulations to them. We know just a couple more weeks to go, so keep going. That's all.
Thank you. Dwayne.
First off, Ed, congratulations on your
Thank you.
April attendance award. Mrs. Carr, congratulations. It goes to show when you were up there and you spoke about your peers and everybody else in the county that you're not worried about yourself. You're worried about your peers, students, all that. I've never colored in an English class, never got to draw until I went into Mrs. Carr's class. That was a very integral part of everyday lessons in her class, so I truly think it's well deserved on your behalf. Brother and sister, right, Ms. Ferrandini? See, awesome pair of teachers right there, both of them, so. Heredia, congratulations. You're gonna be a true effective leader in the future, as you already are. So, Alexi, this is a long line of girls that are going to be athletic, smart, and they'll probably all sit up here with us. So congratulations and thank you for being here with us for 2 years. Steve, thanks for your presentation. Maybe Mario can use it. You know, it's a business, so we'll sign up for it. Oral language, that was entertaining. Congratulations to those students who are very talented. And other than that, I have nothing else.
Thank you. Mario.
Ms. Carter, thank you for being everything that you are. Because you've inspired a lot of kids. The oral language, oh my God, those kids are amazing. And they're amazing because of you guys are the ones that inspire. And over here also, you guys inspire these kids to do that kind of work. And I could never First off, I can't speak in front of people like that. That is amazing. You guys downplay how great you guys are. Alexi, last night you took, I think, half of the prizes there last night. You were there. Were you there?
Yes.
Okay, you got, I think I saw you there taking a few of those. You guys are just amazing. You guys are our future leaders. Where was I? Steve, you are so right about it's a new collar. It's not blue anymore. I got into the automotive business because it was fun. I was an enthusiast of hot rods. I went to UTI and came back, went into the dealerships and found out I gotta keep going to school. I thought that this was where I was done with school. I didn't want to have to go back to school. Since then, I'm now 64 years old. I go to school every month just to keep up with the 70 computers, lots of code. It's amazing the amount of technology in today's cars. The days of swapping out parts are gone. The industry has gone way above and beyond. Trying to find good techs is almost impossible right now. I've been looking, and I'm going to sign up for the job part out here. It's really, really hard to find the qualified people to do those jobs. And it's not just my industry. It's every welders, the maintenance people, HVAC people. I said that because it just came on. It's hard to find qualified guys. Everybody wants to go play video games and be a video gamer to make money at it. Well, yeah, but that's not where the jobs are. The jobs are in the technical field right now. That's where and let me tell you, there's a lot of money to be made out there. A lot of people don't realize that is a very, very highly sought after business.
Nice. So what I didn't show is the California jobs report. It was rather recent. So the entry starts a little, maybe 43,000, but they're not horribly in debt. It's average. The mid-level is 75,000. High level upper is, six figure, $140,000. And that, you got to still continue your training. It's not one and done. You still got to get your concentrated ASE certification. You got to retest, but there's
ASE certification, AstroTech certification, going to smog business, you got smog licensing.
Question, Kelly?
I got walls of certificates that I have to keep up on. In fact, next month I got to test it. Anyway.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Just kidding. Hi guys, everyone that's still here. I'm glad you guys are here. Congratulations. You guys got congratulated like 1,000 times. So I'm gonna take it dark. So I went to the to the trafficking workshop at REF last week with Opal Singleton, and oh my gosh, we have to protect our kids, guys. You gotta let them know that social media, strangers online, they want to do harm to you. Like, they entice their kids, they seduce their kids, and they try and get you guys in positions and get stuff. So we just need to continue to tell our kids that there's dangerous people out there, that social media has made the world a lot smaller, and that we just need to monitor them and possibly not let them have social media for a while, It's just a dangerous world. So that's serious. That's why there's a shortage. That's what it's like. No, I'm kidding. But then also I was able to go out to Abraham Lincoln yesterday, and let me dig in the dirt and dig up his weeds and get his beds ready.
I saw you all back there.
digging. So that was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to whatever you decide to grow. What else? And then thank you to all the teachers and support staff. It's a hard job. You guys are raising our kids, and you guys don't get half the recognition and appreciation that you guys deserve. You guys are doing a great job, and I appreciate you guys. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, this is my turn. I wasn't trying to pick on you, John, but I know, but I really let you know I agree with you on what you're saying, and I'm going to talk to him a little bit about that after. So, we have so much talent in this district, both our staff, the teachers, administrators. This district is growing and it's showing. And Ms. Carr, great job. And keep up the good work. And be careful, because you might want to start looking over your shoulder. Somebody might be coming for your title next year. It won't be me, but but
Yeah.
let's keep up the good work.
Keep it up, Southern.
Yeah, and so forth. And the kids are just phenomenal. All the oral presentations tonight, it made me laugh and so forth. And the one serious one, didn't realize it was serious until we got to the end. But now that after they went through it, it really got to me a little bit. One of the things that I really, and I want to also welcome Kelly Carter from RMAC. We're trying to set up where we're going to be showing up at each other's meetings, and it's not just RMAC, it's also RCSD. There are things that we can do to help each other, so I'm trying to cultivate that as much as I can. We'll be at his meeting tomorrow night, and I'm working with Rick Webb from RCSD. Big thing that I really wanted to talk about, as I mentioned before, I do read a lot, I pay attention. That's why I discovered the leader. I am going to miss Alexi out there on the fields and so forth. And my favorite one still is the day on Powder Puff when she disappeared in the crowd and how she came back out and ran all the way around to score that touchdown. That will always stick in my mind, because I've never seen it ever happen. And I've been doing tackle football for 45 years. She is a great little athlete, and I'm going to miss her, to watch her. She's just fun to watch. Now, my last item that I want to bring up, parents. I read something that disturbed me a little bit in the Roseman School News on Facebook. Okay, I don't answer those, but this bothered me a lot. There was about 14 parents out there. Well, I got tardy letters, and I'm not going to go into that because, and all these excuses. Well, folks, we ask you from the board to please get actively involved in your child's education. Let me explain why. They are complaining about the tardies, okay? They were mixing tardies up. And one of the things, and and I asked to have this up. They were mixing up excused absences, unexcused, everything else in there. What they don't understand, and I do have to thank two principals who send out their emails. I don't think we have that much of a problem in the elementaries. But when I see those emails, and I do see the emails, I don't see who they're sent to. And they're saying, please come to our, we need to talk about your tardies. Look at the first one. We see this at hearings all the time. You got 20 for the first period. That means kids are showing up and not going to class on time. You go look at the other one, 27 at the last one. We got people skipping school. Or the biggest thing is that they're not going to that class, they're going to PE. Okay, we're catching that and those letters out. So my message to those 15 parents, you need to get with the principal or the APs and find out what those tardies are, because your child may be failing and may have to repeat classes and may not graduate or may not walk. And then you're gonna come back to us and you're gonna go, well, we didn't know. Well, we're giving you the opportunity to know. So please, this is my going out to all of the parents. If you get a letter or an email or whatever, please get in touch with the administrators to find out what's going on with your child. That's my final message. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Okay, comments from the public?
Yes, we have one.
You do, okay. Chris Roberts?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, sir. Concerned about his daughter's SPED teacher, okay. Go ahead.
Up here, just sit down.
If you would stand, it might be better.
Good evening, thank you for your time. My name is Chris Roberts. My daughter is in the SPED program at West Park Elementary. This was her first year, and unfortunately, we found out her teacher will be getting, she got non-renewed. And we did some digging into it, and we were, my wife and I concern is, she seems like a very qualified teacher. The results she's had with my daughter as well as the other kids in the class this year, you could talk to any of the parents, they would say nothing but great things. And I looked up the qualifications on the California credentialing website of her versus the teacher that is coming to replace her, because she was in one of the board meeting minutes. Can't remember which month it was. And it just, to us, it doesn't seem like it compares. And so was told that this would be the best place to voice our concern about the potential drop in quality and not only my child, but all the other kids in the classroom's education. She's autistic, and we've gone to numerous places, paid more money than I have to try to get her help, and the best help she's got was this teacher. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation, sir. We'll try to get with you later, or
It's a personnel issue.
Personnel issue, so we've nothing to do. No, that's okay, I understand. Okay. Move on, consent items A through I, any questions? No. Okay, we have a motion?
Morgan, I did.
Oh, I'm sorry, hold on.
Yeah, it's not, I didn't put one up. Is it okay if I address?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I forgot that I had to fill the form out before I got here. My name is Kelly Carden. I'm actually the secretary on the Roseman Municipal Advisory Council. We are the town's version of a town council. I'm from Roseman. I've actually lived here my whole life. I'm pretty sure you taught my nephew, Frank. Yeah, Frank Carden. So that's pretty cool. I actually went to school with Bob's kids. So I mean, I've been from Roseman my whole life. Went to school with Mario's daughters. We have some things going on. Tomorrow, we have Public Works coming. They're doing a meeting about the trash increase. We're hoping everyone comes at 5:15, and then our meetings afterwards. We have Kern Transit coming tomorrow. They are talking about the services they have. All students ride free through the end of June. Who else is coming? Animal Control is coming. They're going to talk about the lack of services that they're providing here. Tons and tons of dogs everywhere. It's a nightmare. I mean, my wife got chased out by a dog when she was doing DoorDash yesterday, so it's a little scary. What else? And then Sarah Coastal College is coming. They are doing an extended police academy, and to help with the shortcoming of police officers we have in Kern County. So I do encourage you guys to come. The county comes to everything, and they are responsive, but we do need you to be there. Joel McKay and I both jumped on the board this year. We're lifelong Roseman residents, and we do appreciate if you guys do come out. So that's it.
Where's the meeting held at?
So it's at Hummer Hall. It's at 6 p.m. every third Thursday of the month. Tomorrow it is going to be a little later because we have the public meeting first for Public Works. So it's going to be 6:30. We should start our meeting, and then 5:15 is the Public Works meeting.
Thank you. Okay, consent items, do I have a motion? Moore, second? By Mario? All in favor?
Aye.
Sir, would you like to continue on with your?
No,
are
that's
you finished?
pretty much it, sir.
Okay,
We just want to voice our concern.
Thank you, sir, for your voicing your concern. Okay, 3, general, adopts expanded learning opportunities grant plan, Ms. Gaines?
Yes, board members, as you saw in your packet, you received a copy of the Extended Learning Opportunities Guide, if you want to call it that. Basically, what this guide does, it needs to be board approved. There are a few dollars attached to it, to say the least. And once the board approves this, then we will be able to allocate the funds in the areas where after-school program, reading and math academies, summer schools, all the various extended learning opportunities that we provide for our students to learn and to mitigate learning loss. So I hope you had a chance to read it. This plan basically will be, once board approved, it will be placed on our website along with all of our other plans and grants, et cetera, that we have posted on the website.
I make a motion to approve.
Okay. Second by Moore. All in favor?
Aye.
RTA proposal to SKUSD, May 1st, 2023, for the 2023-24 school year. Ms. Gaines?
Yes, sir. As you can see, we are sunshining the RTA proposal for the 23-24 year negotiations. The district, we are currently working on our proposal to sunshine. We hope to have it on the board agenda for at the June 14th meeting for approval as well. Once ours has been sunshined, then we will start to, we're actually going to start now looking for some dates that we can get all of their team and all of our team together so we can begin negotiations. We're actually looking forward to doing our negotiations again this year.
Okay. We're going to recess business meeting and open a public hearing meeting.
I will make a motion that we recess for public hearing.
Okay, and
Second.
second by Atburn. All in favor?
Aye.
And time is 8:55. Okay, public hearing. Any comments? Let's open up. Okay, shall we go ahead and close public?
Hearing none.
Yep, motion hearing none, so motion by Moore,
Second.
second by Terrace, all in favor?
Aye.
Approved to commence formal bidding for the new cafeteria at Roseman High Early College campus. Mr. Irvin.
All right, so first of all, I apologize for if I seemed super doom and gloom earlier. It wasn't my intent, but also just want to keep people updated. So, as for the public bid for the cafeteria, so it's been long overdue as a new cafeteria for Roseman High School. As a project that is over $1 million, it will require that we have a formal public bid. Part of this is newspaper advertisement for 2 consecutive weeks. Plans for the cafeteria have already gone through DSA and been approved. So now that we're getting closer to being able to do on-site construction, the first step of that is to go out the bid for and publicize the bid so that we have ideally several contractors all competing against each other for the honor of building Roseland High Early College campus's cafeteria at, the lowest possible cost to us. As a public bid, so, anyways, any questions from board?
I make a motion to approve.
Okay, second by Adrian. All in favor?
Aye.
Personnel items. Any questions from the board members on that?
I will move to accept as written.
Okay. Second. Oh, Mars, okay. All in favor? Aye. Okay, and also too, a little comment coming from Kelly, is that there is a young man on this that we have known, Clayton Dias, is now going to be one of our teachers.
That's awesome.
And his wife.
That's super cool.
Okay, so that's what we just,
I knew something else I didn't have.
No.
No, it's, no.
So the county, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. I would actually like to invite Mr. Mitt tomorrow because we're forming an ad hoc committee to make improvements on Rosen Boulevard and Glendower and B Street. The county has finally given us permission to move forward with making improvements. We're forming a committee tomorrow to move forward with what those will be. I actually grew up on that street, Glendower. So like, I know what I would like to do, and I don't know if the county's gonna agree with me, but I know it would actually make the street safe. One of my buddies got hit on Halloween night in 1999. I'll never forget that day. And every improvement they've made has really, quite frankly, sucked. And now that I'm on the board, I'm going to make sure it's better. So, but I would really like if somebody can come. I mean, anyone who's over there, because it's going to affect you guys too.
What's it, the 5:30 or the
It's 6:30.
Okay, you're right, that one.
There's a lot going on.
Okay.
A motion to adjourn.
Motion by Lexi,
A second.
second.
Jinx.
All in favor? Thank you all for coming.